How can you be a skeptic?
There's no eyewitness. I mean, Bigfoot has eyewitnesses.
Please.
Ben Affleck's Daredevil is better than every Marvel movie released after Avengers Endgame. Yeah, that Daredevil. The leather suit, the Evanescent soundtrack, the playground kung fu flirting. That one. Because somewhere between the multiverse, the content pipeline, and the endless avalanche of jokes, Marvel stopped making movies and started manufacturing bottle episodes of a franchise. And suddenly that weird, messy little 2003 Daredevil film doesn't look so embarrassing anymore. It looks like a real movie made by real people. After Endgame, the Marvel machine went into overdrive. We got films like Doctor Strange, Thor: Love and Thunder, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, the Marvels. And something strange started happening. The movies started looking the same. The jokes sounded the same. The emotional beats started landing with the impact of a Nerf butt plug. Marvel had discovered the formula, and then it refused to stop using it. Meanwhile, back in 2003, Daredevil was doing something modern Marvel rarely attempts. It had style. The film looks like a graphic novel dipped in rain and neon. Churches glow with stained glass. Rooftops drip with shadows. Hell's Kitchen actually feels dangerous. It's gritty, it's noir, it's melodramatic. Sometimes it's ridiculous, but it never feels like it was assembled by a corporate algorithm. It feels like someone actually made a choice. You could pause a frame and immediately know what movie you're watching. Try doing that with half the post-Endgame MCU. Shit, more than half. One of the strangest problems with modern Marvel is its terror of seriousness. Every dramatic moment gets interrupted. Every emotional beat gets deflated. Every villain gets turned into a punchline. But Daredevil commits to the melodrama. Matt Murdock is drowning in Catholic guilt. Justice and sin are constantly colliding. The movie treats the character like a tragic figure. It doesn't wink at the audience. It doesn't pause for applause. It leans into the operatic tragedy, which might sound ridiculous, but compared to Phase 4 and Phase 5 Marvel, it feels shockingly sincere. Now here's the part most people forget. The theatrical version of Daredevil was a mess, but the director's cut is dope as fuck. It restores an entire courtroom subplot involving Coolio that actually gives Matt Murdock something to do as a lawyer. Imagine that, a lawyer doing law. The director's cut slows the story down. It adds investigation, it adds corruption, it makes Hell's Kitchen feel like a broken system Matt is trying to fix both legally and violently. It even earned an R rating. Suddenly the movie feels darker, more focused, more like the crime story Daredevil comics often are. This is the story of Electra Nachos.
She sounds like a Mexican appetizer.
Her daddy is a Greek billionaire. She enjoys engaging in dominance and submission sadomasochistic sexual relations with the handicapped. She's always the top. She glows in the rain. White girls can jump. She has a fetish for teeter-totters. And then we have the villains. First up, Kingpin, played by the late, great Michael Clarke Duncan. His Kingpin is enormous, physically and dramatically. Every time he enters a scene, it feels like the temperature drops. He's loud, he's theatrical, but he has presence, something every post-Endgame MCU villain struggles with. Then there's Bullseye, played by Colin Farrell. Is his performance subtle? Hell no. Is it grounded? Not even slightly. But it's memorable. This man weaponized the peanut. He turns office supplies into lethal projectiles. He spends half the movie acting like a caffeinated goblet. Bullseye might be a glorious cartoon psychopath, but you remember him. Alright, let's stop being polite. Let's compare Daredevil directly to Phase 4 Marvel. Thor: Love and Thunder turns cosmic tragedy into a screaming goat comedy sketch. Meanwhile, Daredevil plays his tragedy completely straight. You may laugh at the melodrama, but at least the movie believes in itself. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Guantanamo Bay takes place inside a giant CGI lava lamp. Nothing feels real. Nothing feels physical. Meanwhile, Daredevil's all wet rooftops and grimy alleyways. Even when the movie is silly, it still feels tangible. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness has infinite universes, but almost no thematic weight. Daredevil, it's about sin, about faith, about a man wondering if every punch brings him closer to damnation. It's messy, but it's about something. The Marvels is colorful and fast and disappears from memory almost instantly. Meanwhile, Daredevil gives you scenes that live forever in internet infamy. The playground fight, Bullseye with the peanut, Kingpin smashing through walls. Are they ridiculous? Hell yeah, but they stick in your brain. Here's a real secret about Daredevil. It's messy, it's melodramatic, it has questionable early 2000s editing, but it has personality. You remember it. You remember the soundtrack. You remember the rooftop fights. You remember Colin Farrell chewing scenery like it owes him money. Even its mistakes are memorable. Meanwhile, many MCU movies today feel unremarkable and instantly forgettable. Another thing Daredevil had, its own identity. It wasn't setting up a cinematic universe. It wasn't teasing 6 other projects. It wasn't pausing for cameos. It was telling one story about one character, Matt fucking Murdock. A broken man trying to reconcile his faith with his violence. No multiverse, no timeline branches. Only a guy punching criminals while questioning his soul. And that simplicity feels almost refreshing now. Look man, Daredevil is not a perfect movie, not even fucking close. But it has something that many post-Endgame movies lost. Style, identity, and risk. It swings big. Sometimes it misses, sometimes it hits. But it never feels like a product assembled on a conveyor belt. And in 2026, that might be the most shocking thing about it. Because the strange truth about Daredevil 2003 is this. It might be ridiculous, it might be messy, but at least it feels like a movie someone actually made with real flavor. Messy flavor, ridiculous flavor, early 2000s butt rock flavor, but flavor nonetheless. And after years of perfectly calibrated franchise content, that messy devil from Hell's Kitchen suddenly looks a lot more interesting. Hey man, if you down, like and subscribe. Catch you on the flip side, flapjacks.